The weirdest burglar catch ever. Back in college, we were throwing a huge end of semester party at my friend's house. The music was loud, people were drunk, and the whole place was pure chaos. At some point, I suddenly felt sick and needed to throw up, immediately. Both bathrooms were occupied, so I ran outside to the backyard and into the bushes. While I was catching my breath, I noticed something strange. The window of the house next door was wide open. That instantly felt off because our neighbor was actually inside at the party, and he lived alone. Curious, I walked closer and looked inside. That's when I saw a complete stranger stuffing valuables into a backpack. Laptop, watches, small electronics, anything he could grab. For a second, my brain didn't process it, but when it did, I sprinted back inside, yelling that someone was robbing the neighbor's house. A few girls immediately called the police. The guys, however, took a very different approach. Within seconds, a group of drunk college dudes armed themselves with whatever they could find: brooms, sticks, and one guy even grabbed a full roll of duct tape. They rushed across the street like an uncoordinated action movie scene. The burglar saw them coming and panicked. He tried to escape through the same window, but before he could, the group tackled him onto the lawn. He didn't fight back at all, just lay there completely terrified while getting lightly smacked with brooms. Then the duct tape guy stepped in. For reasons I still don't understand, the burglar didn't resist as his hands and feet were taped together. Someone brought out a giant trash bag, and somehow they managed to wrap his entire body inside it, leaving only his head sticking out. At this point, he looked less like a criminal and more like a confused human cocoon. He kept mumbling, promising he'd never come back if we let him go. While waiting for the police, who were taking their sweet time, someone had the brilliant idea to make things more secure and went to the dollar store for supplies. 10 minutes later, they returned. With rope. Lots of rope. I went back inside to check on everyone and see if the cops were close. When I returned outside 5 minutes later, I was shocked to see the burglar hanging upside down from a lamppost, fully tied up, spinning slightly like a sad piñata. By the time the police finally arrived, almost 15 minutes later, we had dragged the speakers outside and were still partying around the upside-down burglar. Someone even tried to hand him a beer, which obviously didn't work given the situation. A few neighbors came out to complain about the noise, but after seeing the burglar and hearing the story, they just laughed and thanked us for catching him. When the cops showed up, they tried very hard to look serious, but you could tell they were holding back smiles. Apparently, they had been searching for this guy for a while and couldn't believe this was how he got caught.